Welcome back, everyone, to episode 19 of the US series. And let's check inflation. It's 2.63, down from 8.1. So the economy is going in the right direction. Unemployment is 1.7, and that's down from 3.79. So employment is a little bit too strong. I'll figure that out somehow. And we paid down some of our debt, but that's going to go back up. So let's look at energy. Have a surplus of 97 terawatts. The more we expand the different sectors, the more that's going to go down. So let's start off. All right, so we have one nuclear fusion plant that's being built. We're going to do two more. And that's going to be done within 4 months. So we'll put one right there. And number one. We'll put that one right there. All right, and let's expand organic farming by 1 star. All right, so colza. Need water networks for that. So let's subsidize this by 1 billion. Oranges. I'm gonna also do 1 billion. All right, lumber. I'm gonna bump that up to 5. And sugar. All right, so we're almost meeting our demand with sugar. So let's bump that up to 6 billion.
One of our drones has detected camouflaged enemy units that we have listed on our military map. We are waiting for your command.
In a press release, the terrorist organization has claimed responsibility for the assassination. Our services are trying to confirm this information.
Alright, let's just check terrorists. Alright, so it's just the Chinese mafia. So we're gonna go ahead and infiltrate them. Have 93 agents available. Let's see. So do I want to put them in? Alright, so I'm gonna put the rest of them in Somalia. To get rid of the terrorist groups. And the more Asians we have coming in, the more of them I'll put in Somalia. I mean, yeah, Somalia to stabilize the region. And in the long run, we can build up relations and possibly put a military base or two there, because we may look to do an invasion of Iran. In fact, let's put our satellite over there. So we may next hit Iran, or we may just go ahead and hit Yemen since it's right across. Alright, so they don't like us, so we're gonna nix them. Yeah, let's go ahead and meet with South Korea. What's our crime rate? Alright, so let's go to justice and let's build 1,000 more prisons. And let's go to immigration and let's go ahead and build 1,000 detention centers too. Alright, so okay.
Your politics are on the right track.
Alright, so let's improve trade with Indonesia. So let's bump this up to 30. Alright, and that did it. So, we actually have strong relations with Indonesia now. Let's do Papua New Guinea also. That's 25. All right, energy. Do 25 across the board. So hopefully we get a dark green for Papua New Guinea. Okay, we're going to refuse that. CO2 emissions increasing. So let's go to construction. Another 1,000.
The members of this organization are in no way involved in the assassination. The news of our infiltrated networks, combined with the questioning of former members, gives us certainty. This disinformation operation was doubtlessly a means for them to increase their representation and to spread even more confusion in the country.
Alright, so... Alright, let's go to energy. Alright, so we're definitely not producing enough coal for ourselves. So what is that subsidize? Alright, so let's bump this up to 8 billion. Alright, so we now have nano robots. Of course, we're going to keep that for ourselves. Um, Alright, yeah, nano robot industry. So, alright, so that's not going to go through. That's not going to go through either. That's just subsidized by 500 million. Alright, I have proof that Iranian government secretly finances Chinese mafias, terrorists which attack Canada. Okay, same thing. And they're producing chemical weapons. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add more on to the weapons ban that we have on Iran. So it's just on exports. We're going to make that imports now too. And because of that new information, alright, so we already have that covered. Let's go ahead and stick with my original plan. Let's add cyber attack preparation.
It's begun. World leaders are beginning to arrive at the United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change, the UNFCCC, which will start in the next few hours. As in previous years, they are renewing their pledge for success and have high hopes in the new legislation, which could bring their neighbors to the table. The fact is that negotiations have already begun well in advance of the summit, whether with UN emissaries or between heads of state, and the future of CO2 emissions for each country are already forecast. Moreover, other resolutions are expected to be passed at the same time, especially the Green Fund for the Climate, intended to help developing countries in their energy transition.
Let's see, what funds? Okay, we'll suggest that. I will confirm. Alright, so we now have 400 agents in Somalia.
Our national team were the tournament champions. This is a much-deserved reward for our country.
Our infiltrated agents had the chance to carry out a sabotage operation. A sort of Bulgarian opening.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and try to sabotage their oil well. Alright, so... Alright, let's go ahead and... Alright, so I'll publicize this.
We are going to attack this country.
Alright, so that information is out there. So let's go over some potential strategy to attack Iran. Alright, so 129 million tons of oil goes through here. So we could attack that, and these oil wells have a few military bases there. Have a nuclear plant, and I believe, yeah, we also have a solar plant there. It's 5 terawatts. Another one, 7. And then they also have a port here. So we could disrupt their economy by simply hitting these 2 areas along with their energy plants. But I would have to bring in a whole lot more equipment. So that's going to take some time to do.
Our infiltrated agents had the chance to carry out a sabotage operation.
Alright, we'll carry that out. Bolivia, since they're neutral, we'll say okay. Same there. Alright, so we're gonna need some more funding. Alright, so what am I gonna name this? Let's do something simple. Budget 2025. Actually in the fourth quarter. Right, we'll drop this down to drop that down to 30. That's 86% approval. So industrial pollution. Okay, so that's 85%. Right, what about alright, gambling, we'll bump that up to 1%. Alright, that dropped some. I'm not gonna chance it. Alright, that's 68.9. Alright, I'll go ahead and let that go through. I'm right back where I was before. Let's look at the inflation. That hasn't budged. So let's drop this 4.25. Housing, let's take the automatic off. Alright, cut that down too.
The preparations are complete. The whole country is preparing to joyfully celebrate this occasion. It would be a
Alright, we already have our top agent in Iran.
Good morning. I didn't come empty-handed.
Alright, beer. We're gonna refuse.
I'd be happy. Sure.
Actually, Let's go ahead and privatize that. And same for liquor. Alright, so we were successful. Alright, let's increase cyber analysts to 40,000. And no, actually, not going to do that. Going to save that for if I definitely decide to invade. Let's go to the UN. Alright, evidence for sanctions. Alright, they're neutral, so we'll go ahead and say yes.
We have irrefutable evidence that this country is violating international conventions. This evidence should lead you to consider thoughtfully, what shall we do? Should we close our eyes, or should we reaffirm the rule of law? It is undeniable that this country is grossly violating rules of international law. I therefore urge you to react with all the firmness of which the Security Council is capable. The concert of nations will not tolerate this situation any longer.
Alright, no, we're not gonna take out their head of state. Alright, let's meet with Indonesia. Let's start a new organization. Do political and military. Um, so IPDT and headquarters. Let's make this. Let's make it Portland. Do 1%. And we'll require other countries to put in 0.75. No, actually, let's just go ahead and do the full 1%. Alright, so we'll do Australia. Um, let's add Canada to that. India. Japan. And New Zealand. Papua New Guinea. Philippines. It's Malaysia. Actually, let's try Cambodia. Vietnam. Oh, forgot one of the main ones, which is Taiwan. And South Korea. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and hit create. Let's name a Secretary General. Let's make it him.
Our infiltrated agents had the chance to carry
It is with great pride that I will assume my responsibilities at the head of this organization. I don't know how to thank you. Well, at least I can try my very best to serve the interest of the organization and our nation.
Alright, so hopefully that should strengthen our ties, but that should also help us at least with China in case anything happens with them. So now we need to start making some moves with dealing with Iran. So the main thing we need to start taking care of is Our Navy is a little outdated. So we need to replace these cruisers. We need to replace 16 cruisers. Or, actually I have 6 coming in. So, another 10.
New battle robots are now available on the market. We should purchase some immediately because this will give us a clear advantage in various combat situations. By replacing ground troops with these machines in areas with high terrorist activity or in urban warfare, we will considerably reduce human losses or the capturing of our soldiers. I can assure you that these robots are very effective in combat. They are equipped with armaments that are precise and powerful, and resistant to conventional sidearms.
Alright, so we now have combat robots.
The vote was held and the reform was adopted.
Alright. Alright, so let's go here. Do we have the... Alright, it's not available yet. It usually takes a little bit.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
Alright, so let's go to... I hate when this game does that. And you're in a menu and something else comes up, so it kicks you out of it. Alright, so... Okay, Russia is against... Turkey's against... So this isn't gonna go over well.
Well, really? Thank you very much for your advice, sir. However, I just don't need it. I shall decide on my own.
Let's see if we can convince them.
I'd be happy to. Yes, it's a good idea.
Let's try China, even though know where that's gonna go.
Thank you very much for your advice, sir. However, I just don't need it. I shall decide on my own.
And let's try them.
Well, really? A bit of good... Thank you very much for your advice, sir. However, I just don't need it.
Alright. China said no. I think we only changed the mind of Turkey. Yep, still got rejected. Alright, so that just means we're gonna have to take matters
The
into
bill
our
has
own
been
hands.
voted on and the law has been passed.
Alright, so let's go to... So there's combat robots on here now. Nope, still not. Alright, so let's go to other ships, other surface ships. And we're going to invest $4 billion into that.
I'd be happy to. And you're right.
Alright, let's do a military alliance. Alright, I know what I have to do, so... We do need nickel. We don't produce it at all. Let's drop this down so we can negotiate. Let's do 23. Let's do 25. Alright, so that's only going to cost us 11 billion. So let's try a military alliance again. Nope. So let's just... let's just go ahead and end that. But at least we can at least fly over their territory. So that's a start. Alright, where is that? California? Let's send 6 billion. Alright, we have a surplus of 31 billion. Growth is at 2.8%, so that's actually not too bad. Yeah, go ahead and fill that position. And alright, I think I'm going to end this episode. So, again, thank you for the support, and I will see you soon.